Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Face Talk. The episode number 2, and we're gonna kick it off. Hopefully, you guys can hear this little song.
Sweet West Side Chicago, two flat apartment, red brick and garden, that's been forgotten. Grass all splotchy, vacant lots splotchy, bank account splotchy. And we talk like we from the south, our parents from the south. And if I make $1 million, I'll vacation in the south. And I'll smile, 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 smile. Smile, 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 smile,
Wanted to kick it off with that song because I feel like that song by Smile. That song called "Smile" by Saba is a fire ass song on the album "Care for Me." Fire ass song. It sets you right in a mood of just like a nice energy, nice vibe. And here on episode of Faith Talk, the verse we're gonna be discussing today is, hold on, let me just get to it real quick. Is by Matthew, Book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 21. For where thy treasure is, there will thy heart be also. For there thy treasure is, there will thy heart be also. There's other versions of it, like, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And another version is, for your heart will always pursue what you value as your treasure. And I love that I get these type of verses of the day, and I feel like every time I get them, they connect in terms of what I be thinking and what I try to pursue every day. I might not be able to execute it every day to the extent of the best of my ability, because sometimes as humans, we make mistakes and we are flawed. And sometimes we get a little lazy and or just conflicts within yourself that deny you from being a better person in certain situations. But breaking down this verse, for where thy treasure is, there will thy heart be also. What does that mean, right? It's a pretty strong verse for how short it is. And it speaks great on society nowadays. Society nowadays value treasure, get influence what treasure is meant for them through social media, through influence. Now I'm not gonna bash social media. There's other means of influence. There's other like magazines, people, um, billboards, stores, advertisements on the bus. Things like that influence people to do what they do on a daily basis, right? The way they dress, the way they talk, the way they function in life. So you can't really blame the world for trying to figure out where they're trying to go. But what do I mean by that? We can't blame them for. We can't blame each other. We can't blame everybody else because nobody really has the correct way of doing things. But there are certain things that you can do to put you in a position of success, in a position of happiness, in a position of well-being. And the world has really, because I feel like this does not apply only to the United States. This does not only apply to Milwaukee. This does not only apply to Wisconsin. This does not only apply to East Coast, West Coast, North Side, South Side. Like this does not. This applies to everybody. We have we have walked away. We have looked the other direction of how to be a good person. Nowadays we get so concentrated on ourselves, we don't get to appreciate the things around us. Right? We don't get to appreciate the things around us, the real treasure. Right? Going back to the verse, the world has portrayed the treasure as being money. The self treasure, you can already imagine yourself a treasure chest, a treasure, something with value, something shiny, something monetary, something you can gain out of. But it's not necessarily that. Going through life, you're supposed to experiment, not experiment, but just execute on opportunities, pursue new forms of being active, new forms of staying active, new forms of conversation, new forms of thinking, new forms of interacting with another human. You're supposed to you're supposed to combine all these things. You're supposed to combine all these things and try to figure out how and what and not necessarily when, right? You never know when you're gonna find your thing. You never know when you're gonna find that somewhere. You're never like that's literally up to you could say you, right? If you try to look for real happiness, you'll know what that means when you encounter it. I feel like you can there's a certain level of happiness when you get out of certain things, right? A fifth place finish can only get you so happy instead of a first place finish type of feeling. But that fifth place could also be just as valuable as that first place, knowing that you put in that work, knowing that fourth, third, second also put in the work, and I just wasn't able to keep up with them. So let me give it another try. Another try. And I'm trying to translate this into life, right? Give it another try. Give another thing a try. Give another hobby a try. If that was not your thing, let's give another try. Let's not go back to what you were comfortable once doing. Let's experiment with things that you wouldn't really think you would do. You really wouldn't think society would be acceptable. You really wouldn't think your parents would be okay with this. If you think something's really interesting, pursue it. So back to the quote: "For where thy treasure is, there will thy heart be also." Right. Let me go back to the. Where is it? Where is it? Let me go back to the normal one. Okay, let's go here. Okay. So once you find your treasure, once you find what your thing is, things will automatically make sense. By that I mean you will be able to feel comfortable in the field that you're in, that you're trying to pursue into evolving within yourself. Like you're trying to I'm trying to become better at this hobby, this thing every day whilst myself improving in every other thing, in every other aspect of life, environment, spiritual, physical, mental. If you're able to find your real passion, all those things really you could say align, because it only translates into those other things. It only sips like if you're able to function in one side at a real good at a real good manner, It only will translate into the environmental, into the physical, into the mental. Because you know what wavelength you're supposed to be working at. So again, for where thy treasure is, there will thy heart be also. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, the finish line, right? The first place medals, the treasure. And I'm not necessarily saying the shiny things, but I'm saying the things that you want to accomplish in life, in the field that you're in, the things you are doing should be able to give you that same feeling of satisfaction. Even if it means a sale, even means completing a song, even if it means finishing a painting, like that sense of finishing and then looking at your work and then feeling like, yeah, there's nobody better than me. You should feel like there's nobody better than me when you find your treasure, because you know within yourself, this is unique to me. This is nobody else has this same this same flow, this same swag as me, because only you are able to do this. So for me myself, my treasure, I feel like I'm you could say I'm in the journey of it, but this is one of the things, this is one of the doors that's going to be enable me to be able to accomplish the vision that I've set out, right? You could say you never know in the future, but the now is the shortest time. The past has happened, but the future is endless, you could say. So the imagination, the thing you can say, the time in your imagination is endless. So if you really envision yourself with proper realism, with proper realistic goals, you can really set out to yourself. You can really go out and do whatever you want. And you see this in every field. Like climbing the biggest mountain, one handed. Like there's people that have done that. Created music blind. People have done that. People coming from the poorest situation, making it to the richest of the highest in their field in sports. We've seen this all, and I feel like sometimes we don't appreciate those people and really take the message that they're subliminally are giving us, saying that you yourself can do this. They might not be saying that, but it should give you the sense of inspiration. I feel like when I was younger, I feel like I didn't get that, but I don't complain. But I'm now understand that it's never too late to be able to still find your passion, still be able to find your treasure, still be able to connect the treasure within with your heart and make it seem worthwhile doing. The work that you put in, the satisfaction that you will get out of it, you will be able to feel it and feel like this is my bread and butter. This is what I've set out to do. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in for another video. Hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Faith Talk. I would really appreciate you guys if you hit the subscribe button, hit the like, comment, and hope you guys enjoyed another episode. Have a good day, y'all. Peace.